I lived in 6 countries and visited 140 countries, and I have chosen Singapore. I studied part of my MBA at INSEAD in Singapore. That was the first time I moved to this country. I flew into Singapore from France with 3 suitcases. At that time, I didn't know anybody or anything. I didn't even know how to get to my new apartment. I hailed a taxi at Changi Airport and arrived at my new apartment. Seeing me carrying 3 luggages and sweating at the 30 degrees Celsius weather, the taxi driver uncle immediately offered help to carry my luggages up to 10th floor. From that moment on, I felt this special connection with Singapore, and it has stayed with me ever since. After a great year in Singapore, it was time for me to leave and move on for a new job elsewhere. I carried a lot of luggages and tried to take a taxi to the nearest MRT station to catch the airport train. I remember I only paid less than 5 Singapore dollars, and to my surprise, the taxi driver said to me, "Miss, you have a lot of luggages, let me help you." He parked his car and walked me into the MRT station. As I passed the gate, I waved to him and watched him until he disappearing within my vision. At that time, I told myself this would not be the last time I'm in this country. I'll be back, Singapore. And I did. After a couple of years, I made my way back and later became a permanent resident. I've lived in 6 countries, 10 cities, and visited almost 140 countries. Ever since I lived in Singapore, I know that's the place I want to settle down and retire. In Singapore, you can have access to summer weather every day. You can go swimming, run outdoor, or just take a slow walk every day after dinner. It really feels amazing. I'm not a sporty person myself. I didn't run or did any sports before moving to Singapore, but the vibe and energy of this living environment, with the tropical trees and water everywhere, just got me completely fall in love with outdoor activities. I started to join marathon every year for a few years in a row ever since. Well, what is more important than health? Not only does Singapore provide a healthy living environment, but it also has one of the best healthcare infrastructure in the world, and more importantly, much less expensive than other developed countries like US. According to the healthcare spending per capita data, an average US citizen spend about $12,000 per year on healthcare, while Singapore citizens spend less than $3,000 per year, just 25% of the US spending. For those who want to keep looking youthful, Singapore weather definitely helps a lot. Due to its humidity, I don't usually need to use lotions or skincare products, maybe just some sunscreen. But it has significantly helped me reduce wrinkles. The natural skin therapy is much better than spending money on buying any skin products, in my opinion. Cost of living in Singapore is also very attractive. If you ever seen my previous video about Singapore, I've calculated my living cost. If I live like a local, means I eat popiah, economy rice, fish head soup in local cafe, rather than American or European food in Robertson Quay, and I would take MRT public transportation over driving. I just need 870 Singapore dollar or $640 per month to live a good quality of life in Singapore. To have the same quality of life in San Francisco or New York City, you will need to triple that amount. I've lived in Singapore for a few years by now, and I'm still discovering something new every weekend. New neighborhoods, new cafe, new local shops. It's really a place full of heritage, the dynamics of metropolitan and local culture, and the diversity of ethnicity. A lot of people have gone through the dilemma when they choose where to live because they want to live in a place that is livable, great nature, great weather, safe, clean, relaxed. But they also need to find a place where they can have business opportunities. You cannot just live there without working. Most people can't. I think Singapore really have this unique combination of this island feeling where you see swimming pool everywhere. It feels like you're on vacation every day, but you also have a lot of business opportunity in this international business center. So no matter how stressful your daily work is, it's kind of reduces stress when you see all the tropical trees and water around you. On the weekend, I like to take my Leica camera to different neighborhoods to just stroll around and spend time with this favorite city of mine. I remember I strolled into a small alley on Victoria Street, discovered some Peranakan heritage mural. It was an enlightening surprise for my day. But if you want to venture out of the country, you can also easily access other countries within a short flight. You can take a 3-hour flight to Myanmar or a 5-hour flight to Perth, Australia. I want to surround myself with an environment that has some spices of life. It's really a great chance to understand myself better and appreciate life and the environment. Singapore is well known for its safety. If you have a 7-year-old daughter, she can take bus by herself without any problem. If you are a single lady, after hanging out with friends, coming home at midnight, no problem also. Without doubt, Singapore is safe, but I think it's much beyond just safety. Over the past couple of years, my job required me to travel a lot. For some period of time, I only came back to my Singapore home once a month. I was sick overseas in Australia and China for weeks, and I couldn't recover, even after seeing doctors many times. But whenever I came back to Singapore, within a couple of days, I recover quickly. Healthcare in Singapore is good, but I think it's the safety net feeling. The very moment I touched down at Changi Airport, I felt Singapore was opening her arms to hug me. Having been on business trips for so long, I couldn't feel more touched than coming back to the arms of Singapore. Then as I arrived at my condo, the security guard would always say to me, "Welcome back home." Welcome home is a sentence that can be easily said by anyone in any country. Yet, after living in so many countries and continents, no one in any country has consistently said this to me every time I came home. Why is that? Singapore is a place that I felt a special connection with since day one. And after many years, my passion has never faded, but even become stronger. It's really a place that makes me feel home. How about you? Where do you want to live long term or retire? And have you been to Singapore? How's your experience with Singapore? Do you like it or do you not like it? So I've heard extreme opinions. There are people who love it or people who hate it. I'd love to hear about your thoughts. I would appreciate if you can smash the like button and turn on the notification bell if you want to get my weekly update. I want to do more mindset and social topics on my channel, and I'll try to combine the contents with some cultural and world travel as well. Let me know if you have any suggestion on my channel topics. And I also put a few links in the description below for a 30% off promotion that I'm running for my coaching program if you want to get career or life advice. And by the way, I'm currently traveling and in a very nice hotel, and I'm going to show you a little tour in the hotel room that I'm staying right now. So first of all, I'll show you the view where I'm doing the filming right next door. That's the ocean view over there. This is the Marriott Suites in Monterey. This is dining table and the kitchen over here. Very new and clean. And got a workstation here set up. This is the sofa. And that's the view in the city, and this side, it's got the view of the bay. And as always, I'll see you at the comment section. Bye bye.